And I grew up watching Frylock when I was 11, and I'm a 30-year-old guy now.
Oh, let me adjust my equipment to make sure that this thing is coming through. Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
Loud and clear.
Okay. You were breaking up a second ago, so I want to
Oh,
make sure my audio box is in close proximity to my video box,
okay.
for lack of better terminology. So if you can hear me, that's fine. But you were choppy, a little choppy there a second ago, so I figured I'd move my
Oh,
audio box closer to the video box, and we can get it on. This is my COVID-19 mask that friend of mine for me. Her
I
name is
have,
Sasha Nina. She goes by Sasha Sews It on Instagram, and Sasha Couture or Sasha Nino. She makes these masks. She got a pretty got little inside little filter thing going on in there. You can put the little respirator in there if you want. I didn't get that fancy with it, but yeah, people have asked me about these. They see my pictures on social media with the mask on. I'm like, yeah, a friend of mine made it for me. Gotta stay safe. Yeah,
is, that's the one that looks like Frylock, right?
yeah, this is the one. Man. I do cameos with this bad boy. I'm on the show and I do cameos with the bad boy. Yeah, I should. It's fun, and I guess I project loud enough for you to hear me through the mask. Like,
Oh, okay.
this is my living room, my Central Justice League headquarters for all product activities. And faculty in his family probably had to do on his own, these things, together. So, well, tell me about Uncle Pete. And, what's up with that? Are you an uncle?
Oh, yes. Well, I became an uncle like last year because my sister gave birth, and I'm going to be an uncle again this year because my little sister's giving birth this year.
What's that? So you earned your moniker, Uncle Pete. That's But how long have you been going by Uncle Pete? Ever since the first sister got pregnant, or what
Yeah.
happened?
Well, my sister, I adopted the moniker ever since my older sister gave birth. My younger sister's given birth in this October.
So at least you earned your moniker. You are an uncle.
Yes.
So that's,
Round
I'm an
two.
I'm an uncle as well.
Very cool.
Got plenty of nieces and nephews back home in St. Louis, my hometown. You
And,
know.
and can I say too that it's a true honor because I grew up watching you when I was 11 years old and I'm 30 years old now. So it's like I watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force since it debuted in Adult Swim in 2001.
So what kind of childhood did you have? Your parents let you start off watching Aqua Teen at 11 years old. Ah, ah,
Let me just say that it started with, I mean, back in the day, back in the 90s, I would watch The Simpsons. I would watch Celebrity Deathmatch.
sit down here
Hey,
and watch your cartoons while I go on the joke. Where's my tip? Sit your ass down and watch these cartoons while I go to work. I just get a feeling that that's what some parents did. You know what I'm saying? Put on your little cartoon with the French fries. You like that one? I'm going to the night shift job. Go bye. See you. Not knowing what they was getting their kids into. You know what I'm saying? Remember that movie Sausage Party when that came out?
oh, I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
And
Sausage Party
that,
movie, right?
yeah. They were taking parents were taking their kids to the theater to see this movie, right? Totally
Also,
R-rated.
Carey, I pay tribute to you because I work in a special needs school, like kids that have special needs, and in order to make them feel good, like about whatever, like I think of when Frolic would go, my man, I would go, my man, how are you today?
Uh, that's sweet. How long you been doing that?
Since 2015.
Oh, you must like it then. Still with it, right?
Yeah, I graduated from college in 2015, and then 4 months later, I got a job in special needs school as an assistant teacher.
Are you a special education major in college? Well, you're one of the few of us who went through school and got a job in the field that they actually studied for.
Yeah.
I mean, of your friends can say that. Yeah, what'd you go to school for? Well, I was an architect in college. What do you do now? I done trash. You know what I'm saying? So, see,
I
you mean.
understand.
I spent many a time in the dish pits here in Atlanta with my college degree. This was during our team's run. You know what I'm saying? Those checks, sad to say it, man, but those checks did not come uh, in enough time to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I live in Georgia, work state, and it tells you in the contract, but when you just get into the business and you don't know from contract from a wet mop on the floor, you go, hey, I'm about to be in a cartoon, yo. I'm gonna sign this contract. I gotta wonder sometimes if that's not what happened with my creators, producers.
Well, I'll be
Back
honest.
Dave
I'll be.
Willis.
Oh, okay. Uh, I'll be honest with you, Carrie. The one thing I always wanted to do though before I went into the education field was be a voice actor.
Really?
Yeah, that's the one thing I've always wanted to be.
No. I believe you, but somebody else recently said this too. You never believe who recently said it, but maybe you would believe it since you got a lot of this credit now. Mark Hamill. He said this when he was like way before he got the Luke Skywalker role. He was bopping around. And he was hanging out with people like Mel Blanc and Tex Avery and all those folks in the studio. You know what I'm saying? And he looked up to them. He's like, "Wow, man, this is something that's really cool. These guys are doing these voices. I want to do that." And little did he know he was going to rocket the start of playing Luke Skywalker. But back then, before he became Luke Skywalker, he was talking about wanting to be a voice actor. That's my yeah, right. That's really interesting. And he's a damn good one. He's a damn good one. He's about to be Skeletor in the He-Man reboot. Kevin Smith
Wasn't
He-Man.
the
Huh?
the Joker too?
Oh yeah. Yeah, everybody know that. You know, the Joker from the Batman animated series in the '90s, and I believe the latest Batman video game they did, and
You
everything like.
know, I found
Yeah,
out too, Captain? I found out too that he actually did the voice of a 1993 straight to TV movie of the Flintstones and Holly Rock My Baby. He actually voiced the bodyguard called Slick.
what was that from?
He was Mark Hamill was in the Flintstones and Holly Rock My Baby, the 1993 straight to TV movie. He played a bodyguard called Slick.
Flintstone.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
And, it,
Pretty
and it's
cute. But yeah, man. He lived the dream apparently. Living the dream. He's doing
I
it.
could like I love the Brack show. I thought Thunder Police was hilarious. I
I
love
agree.
Frylock. Out of all of them, and I'll tell you, one of my favorite episodes of Aqua Teen Hunger Force because Frylock was totally uncharacteristic of it was Frylegs. Remember that one?
Oh, when he killed the guy was
And he steals the girl. Like it's like
yeah.
it's so typical of the comic too.
Yeah, my only beef with that episode is they could have made the chick a little more attractive. I think maybe probably like with a little better taste in babes than that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's a nerd. You know, nerds like the finest thing they lay their eyes on. What exactly? I mean, they could have made him fall in love with Dusty Kazaka or something. That would have been a little better. You know what I'm saying? They got to give him some blob of a cable woman. Not that there's anything wrong with the girls. I've had my share back in the day.
I just love it because Spylock is supposed to be the voice of reason, like the father figure in general of the show, and then that episode was just totally the opposite of what he was.
And they did a lot of episodes of the opposite of what they emasculated my boy. You know, they
I,
incriminated him towards the end through the movie and everything. I
I
guess I don't know what the reason was for that. You got to ask Dave Willis and Matt Malero about that because they wrote it. I just
Kayak
showed the studio.
too. Kayak
Sometimes
Data, Dana Snyder too.
you could ask them.
I
Probably.
did, Carrie, I loved your delivery on one line. Like it was called Dickisode, and that was the one where Carl gets his dick ripped off.
a classic, right?
And the way you delivered the line was just incredible. It was like, well, you see, Carl, I removed your dick, so there's no need to remove it. And it's really like right now, I just realized that was a bad idea, and you should be on drugs forever.
Yeah, this ends up eating, I believe.
There's that one. Also, my sister and I love canned banana.
Oh, that's another favorite one. When I tell you what my favorite one, my
Which one?
favorite Aqua Teen episode is Super Birthday Snack, of course. Remember that
Okay,
one? He
I remember
walked
that
up
one.
to Nathan Scott Phillips, the snake, shows up and he staples the bloody ears to his head, ends up being devoured. My wife's coming in here with her shameless self promotion uh, attire that she's making. This is a dragon. I know it doesn't look like much like one right now, but you can tell a little bit. It's a dragon. She makes these pieces of jewelry.
You know how, Gary, you know how I think the Frylock too is the fact that he has braces just like I had braces back in the day.
So you identify with the character. Did you
I
try to
do
grow up with the feet with the
because
feet
most of my
places?
character, because most of the kids I grew up with were like more jokesters than me. I was like the serious-minded one, like Frylock.
Oh, okay. So you had a few shakes and Carls in your
Oh, I had a bunch of calls growing up.
life. Where you live? You live in New York?
Oh, I live in Brooklyn, and like 10 minutes away from Coney Island.
Brooklyn in the house.
Yeah.
I live in Brooklyn these days. I know we live in a whole new world now. Crazy stuff going on. 2020 kicked us right in the nutsack. Everybody is like you wake up in the morning and it's like somebody just takes a sledgehammer and just swings right into your nutsack. That's what it felt like. Anyway,
Oh,
a couple of events. Uh, but sometimes things need to happen before we can heal. You know what I'm saying? And
do you think
that's
he'll
like
get another term?
uh,
Trump, do you think Trump will get another term?
I don't want to go into politics on this
No
show.
problem. Sorry,
I don't
Trump.
want to get into that. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to talk about it. What
Sorry about that.
we spent too much already. But I could go on a diatribe right now. But I just did watch the man's funeral today, George Floyd's funeral today. It was quite emotional, considering that we're still talking about this so many years after Dr. King and the marches they had, and getting hoes and dogs sick on you just because you wanted to vote, much less lives, black, white, Latino, all that. It's just a trip. To see this going on still today is saddening, and we got a lot of healing to do. And that's all I'll say about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get political. My wife wouldn't like it very much anyway. If I got political.
No worries. Like even like, did you have a least favorite Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode?
Yeah, I do.
What was your least favorite?
My least favorite, the one where they gave me cancer. Gave Fry like cancer and all his fries were falling
Oh,
out.
so is that the one where they kept singing "Party, Party, Party, Party"?
Okay, and I met him in real life. I met the guy who was the guest star, and he was dressed the same way he was in that episode: white jeans and a white T-shirt, and he showed up at this uh, venue in Decatur, Georgia, huge college town, and he gave out free cold pizza, and he talked about the positive power of partying for open hour. No lie, he was on a national tour, and all he did was go around the cities. And I assume he gave everybody pizza wherever he went because that was cool. He met us. But I had a buddy who had uh, like access to this event. Like, yeah, man, we're gonna go hang out with Andrew WK. And I was like, who? He's like, the guy that was on your show. I was like, okay. I thought, people think they assume I meet the guest stars come on the show. And I'm like, no, I didn't get a chance to meet that porn actress that was in season 5, even though she did come to Georgia to do her BO. One of the interns was bragging about it. Yeah, she was in the studio and I was in there too. And I was like, oh, y'all didn't call me in for that one. But no, NWK came to town. We took a picture, selfie, and everything. The guy that I was with told him who I was. He's like, "Oh yeah, man, yeah, did the show, cool." I didn't post the pic on social media because it looked like I'm pointing to a pretty tall fella, and I'm only 5'7", so ratio of me pointing, like you
It's
pointing, hey, that looks like I'm pointing to his package. You know what I'm saying? And somebody was like, "You could have cropped it." I was like, "Yeah, thinking about that. I think about cropping it. I wasn't gonna post that. Hey, ladies, check this out. You know." But he was all right. He was an all right guy. He was an all right guy.
that episode also had Eugene Merkman, right? The guy who will go on to be Gene from Bob's Burgers, right? Doctor, he was the doctor in that episode, right?
Talking about H. John Benjamin.
I'm sorry?
H. John Benjamin.
Yeah.
Archer. Archer. The voice of Archer. The voice of comic book guy. He's the comic book nerd in Family Guy. Comic book
I,
nerd.
yeah. And then one of my
But
favorite episodes, one of
but
my
he
episodes,
go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say like one of my favorite other episodes too, where Fry like was very, prominent in was Bible fruits.
Oh, Bible. He got tired of his regular friends, so he figured he'll get a stew.
Had Christian Shaw,
Yeah,
David Cross, and H. John Benjamin as the Bible fruits.
that's that's a good one. That's a real good one. Man.
Was,
Couple
even
too.
like when I think about like the first episode I ever seen of Aqua Teen Hunger Force though, like as a kid, was Ham Banana.
Yeah, yeah. What did you think of that? How old were you when you saw him? 12, 11?
I was like 12 or 13, like when I saw that episode. And all I just picture was the dog. And you actually did do the voice of the dog, but in Frylock's voice. Like, he's like, you know what, Carl? If he's giving you that, then he must be a bad dog. I sent him to the pound.
Wow. Yeah, that's a popular one for some reason. All the sexual innuendo ones are always popular. Ham banana, and I think it's so. I still don't know how we got away. Even when they had the clean version, I think it's so when they showed when they had the rainbow pixelated dicks. Even that was still raunchy because Wongburger still did. You know what I'm saying?
I just look at that episode. I just can't believe some of the verbiage in that episode. Like where Vaughn goes, "You can't be going around collecting other people's dick." He's like, "Are you telling me I don't know dick? I have a degree in dickology."
Funny sidebar on that though. For a long time, I don't know if you ever go on IMDb and look up people's profiles or whatever. I have a profile on IMDb. That's what I thought you did when you started naming off all my characters. I'm like, oh, so you done your homework, huh? He's like, yeah, that's Jonah Bishop or Thunder Cleese or Brian Log. And I'm like, oh, he can look me up on IMDb. But anyway, you can do that. You can look any actor or actress up on IMDb. For a long time, before my wife lobbied to get this changed, I was known as Dick Means on IMDb. And my wife was got livid. Well, she wasn't my wife at the time. She was my fiance at the time. She got livid about it. She was like, "Oh no, we got to change that." I was like, "Honey, honey, honey, what are you so mad about? All you got to do is put BIG in front of it. Get it? See? Jeez." So
I,
anyway,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I grew up watching Thunder Cleese because I love the Brack show. I love that show. In fact, there's one episode where like I think the father of Brack works at this factory, this yogurt factory, and he has a note, and then one of the characters goes, "Hey, let me see that note," and he eats it. Goes, "Whoops, somebody ate it."
but yeah, get back to the get back to the Dick Mean story I was telling you about on IMDb. So this is what I figured had happened. Right, we're talking about Dickaso, the episode Dickaso. So if you notice the credits of Dickaso, all the voice actors, everybody in the episode is called Dick Snyder, Dick
Mhm.
Mead, Dick Willis, Dick Malero. Everybody's name is Dick in front of it. So I'm figuring some intern at IMDb is sitting there typing in who I am, looking at the credits of that episode for some reason. I don't know what the reason might have been. guess they was doing some research trying to figure out how to spell my name. He's like, his name Eick. That's it. Yeah, so I guess the only thing I could figure. They eventually ended up changing, but all I could figure is somebody just looked at the lost in translation. Yeah, something like that happened to me before when I did a softcore hentai called
And
Very Lesson back in. This was before I got Fry Like a Thunder. I was doing bumps and stuff for Cartoon Network already. Anyway, Tsunami stuff at the time I was all over. And my agent called me and said they want you to do an English dub on this anime, Japanime movie, Japanese anime. I was like, oh, okay. So I went to the studio, did this thing, played two different characters in the movie. I played the coolest kid in school and the nerdiest kid in school. The nerdy kid had a fetish with dolls. So if you ever watch a movie called Very Private Lesson, I'm definitely the nerdy kid with the glasses who has a fetish with dolls. And the cool kid in school gets beat up outside of school by bullies. That's the smaller part. But anyway, they messed my name up. They called me Casey Mans or something like that. Like, 'cause I thought I was like, this is it. I'm gonna start doing English dubs, anime, movies, TV shows, and stuff. It's gonna get paid, baby, yeah. Nothing after that. I couldn't figure it out for the longest until that movie came out on DVD and it said my name was Casey Mans. I was like, that's not true. But stuff happens. Stuff happens. And my father-in-law was calling my phone. Honey, Dad is calling. Can you call him back or something?
is it very like because like even though IMDb also had like stuff I never even knew of though. Like you were in a show called Covert Ops, like a Lieutenant JG
Oh,
Thorne.
that is an ongoing project that just got started up with my buddy Michael C. Crops and his little crew over there on YouTube. So he tapped me to be in that. Um, he's getting the funding together and things of that nature. I usually don't jump on board stuff like that,
I
but
see.
he started paying me, so I jumped on board.
Aside from Frylock, there's like Dave Willis, and I think Dave Willis does like he does Meatwad, Carl, and Banana, and one of the Moon Knight. Was Frylock the only character you did on the show, or you did more?
Frylock was basically it. But if you remember in the first season, there was an episode where Carl is on trial for murdering trees or something and ripping his skin off, like for whatever reason. And all these trees are going guilty. I was one of the trees that said guilty,
Oh,
like
okay.
like on Superman 2 when they were condemning General Zod and his group of Japan. So if you want to say that I did as a voice, that would basically be it. But no, I, there was only one other time where I wasn't Frylock, and that was when they did the Space Ghost episode, Baffler Meal.
Oh, I love this show.
That we try to, they kind of pulled a fast one over on the public, make them think that Aqua Teen was a spinoff of Space Ghost. It really kind of wasn't. It kind of almost started at the same time. Space Ghost was first, but then Aqua Teen showed up. But it really wasn't a spinoff of Space Ghost. So they just kind of made the public feel that it was. By doing the Baffler Meal episode, where Dave Willis and Matt Valero did the voices of Frylock and Jay. And if you notice, go back and rewatch the episode of Space Ghost Back from Mill, you will notice that they sound like the Moon Knight. They basically are doing the Moon Knight as the opposite. So it's pretty weird. But that's how it goes. Yeah.
Oh,
But
but the Frylock back then was he was totally the opposite of what you portrayed in like the Frylock we know, like the Frylock that we saw in Space
yeah, the
Ghost.
Frylock was like I said, he sounded like Earth from from he had arms and legs. But speaking of the design of Frylock, the guy who designed Frylock and Meanwhile initially he's no longer with us. Late great Clay Croker. who was the voice of Korak on Space Ghost Coast to Coast and the Brack Show, and he was also the voice of Dr. Weird and Steve on Aqua Teen. He was the voice of Voltar on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Clay was a very dear friend of mine, and I miss him. Very talented individual, man. He could do anything you could think of about comics or comic books or cartoons, Hanna-Barbera era up to now. He knew all that. And matter of fact, he saved my ass at a panel one time. Me and some other voice actors were on this panel with him at DragonCon here in Atlanta a few years back before he passed. I think it was the last time we did together before he passed away. And 90% of the questions were geared for Genesis of Cartoon Network. And none of us knew what the answers were. I mean, I didn't come on board with this in like 2001. You know, I was doing stuff with this in 97. But officially, I wasn't with them until Aquafina started. But anyway, Clay was giving all these questions, man. He was boom, right on it. We all came up to him afterwards. He told us that, man, he saved our ass. Man. We wouldn't know what to do. These questions these folks were asking you about basically a starting point for Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. And he was there from the beginning, man. I miss it dearly, but anyway, talk about all that. So, yeah, doing Thunder Cleats on the Brack Show, very therapeutic because I got to yell a lot. You know what I'm saying? If you know the Thunder Cleats is always talking about Brack, I blast you, but down the street. And you had the Three Hams episode. The Three Hams came along because they found out that I was classically trained, opera, state bass in the choirs, and the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, now opera chorus here in Atlanta. They found out I was classically trained in that manner. They make use of that. So that's where the episode about Three Hams came in. They had about Three Hams. So it's a shame that the Bragg Show got such a short life for various reasons, or whatever the reason it may be. I still don't really know. I don't know why I would think it's canceled. Why the Bragg Show was canceled. Or for that matter, why
Now, wasn't there an episode of the Black Show where you actually portrayed, like, there was a crossover episode between the Space Ghost, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and the Black Show, right? Like, it was a New Year's Eve special, right?
yeah, me. I don't even remember that. It might have been. It might have been. If it was, if we did do that, they probably did something like they did with the MF Doom album and used a bunch of sound bites from my recordings because they didn't call me in to do the MF Doom album. I don't know if you heard it or not. They got Dana Snyder and they got Dave Willis all over that album. What I'm saying, I've heard snippets of it. I haven't heard the whole thing. People always ask me all the time, why would you use on the MF Doom album? No, not officially. They just snips and clips. Put my voice in there. It's getting my rap skills, man. You know, they ain't ready for my rap skills. But that's evident in the final season, since I had to write my own, form my own rap lyrics for that final incarnation of the theme song, which is my favorite, by the way. I got jacked by the cops, shot my head, cops, busted the moonlight, playing room rocks, got me watch the eliminate shake. If I go with that, here comes the drum break. Yeah, I sat down 5 minutes, wrote that out because I showed it to the studio. I said, Carey, we're gonna redo the theme song from last season. Like, cool. What's my part? It's your part right here with two little lines. I was like, oh no. Let me hear that beat one more time. So I sat down right next to my lady, wrote the lyrics out. Like, okay, take me to the booth. Let's do this. I remember one time before they called me up and said they want to do a Christmas album. Well, actually, they said they were going to do an album. They didn't say what kind of album it was. It was like October, November 2006 or something like that. And kind of find out when I get it. So I started writing all these rhymes down. You know what I'm saying? I was like, ooh, finally I get to put some fucking rhyme in Twilight. Let me write out some lyrics. I get to the studio, they're like, Dave Willis is like, oh, it's a Christmas album. I'm like, okay. Well, what do you want me to do? Of course, to sing Oh Holy Night, which I already knew the song. Being classic trained and all that. So I sang it. We get straight up Oh Holy Night. So all that. got finished. It was like, that was beautiful.
Th- th-
And I can fuck it up like Farlock would do it. I was like, yeah. So
Carey,
if you've ever heard, or even if you haven't, you can Google it, look it up on YouTube, whatever. Aqua Teen Christmas album. There's an Aqua Teen Uncle Bush Christmas album.
I'm gonna look that up. Like definitely. But out of all the theme songs, because Aqua Teen, I believe had like maybe 4 or 5 different intro songs. Which was your favorite?
I think they would change. It got something to do with the fact that we would never syndicate it because we never had any commercial sponsors. So ergo, therefore, no residuals for the cast. You know what I'm saying? At least not for me. I can't speak for the other cast. Maybe they get, but I'm not. But yeah, that was a big deal back then. I guess it was our way, or writers and creators' way of jabbing it to the man by changing the title and the theme song. If you remember correctly, they were doing the same thing with Squidbillies around the same time.
Yeah.
They were changing the theme song to Squidbillies like every episode. Instead of Aqua Teen was like one season would be 6 shows of this, would be Aqua Unit Patrol Squad, and then 6 shows of that would be Aqua TV show, change the intro. We performed on that too. I didn't write my own stuff for that. We did sing. Oh, now that was a cool little intro though. To the game, probably like dreadlocks put it behind you upset. I'm not on that one.
And
Yeah,
then
man. Certain things that they did, I still question to this day. I was like, well, why did they do this? But, at the end of the day, it was a gig. You know what I'm saying? I went in the studio, did my thing, went home, waited on the check. That's basically what it was. Would I do it again? Of course I'd do it again, but I would make sure to go through their contract more thoroughly. That's for sure. So we're about to be on HBO Max now. We're already on HBO Max now, what I understand. We're overseas now. There's an Aqua Teen, adults from Australia now. People in the UK are digging the stuff. But as far as the thing on the back end of that, I was yeah, nothing. That's why I'm always excited to do the con circuit. Hopefully that will come back soon. And people can contact me on social media and get a picture from me. I just had a guy today who commissioned me for a very intricate piece. He knows what he wants, very detailed. And I quoted him a price, and he was like, "No problem, I'll pay it." So, got to work on that. Like, so with you, and his commission to do. He's very specific in what he wants. The fans out there, man, I love my fans. They're out there. They contact me. They want to. I just did one with Carl and Product in a canoe, sinking the Moonanites canoe. With Product Laser Eye because this guy lives on a lake, and he wanted the Aqua Teens on a lake sinking the Moonanites canoe. So imagine how intricate that is. I had to really get down and do it like. See, the good thing about that is I'm a commercial art major. So when I went to college, that was my major in college. I was a commercial art major, music minor, graphic art illustration designer minor. So I was all over the place, kind of. But being,
what do you think?
class, being classically trained in opera and stuff like that helped with my acting career. And being trained in the visual arts, the commercial art helps with me doing original commission pieces for people. And it don't hurt that the Aqua Teens aren't that hard to draw. Except for Carl. Carl, believe it or not, is one of the hardest to draw because he's human. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird. You would think he'd be easy, but it's not. A lot of intricacies to him, believe it or not.
You know who Carl reminds me of? Like every time I see Carl, he reminds me of like this character in King of the Hill called Bill. He looks just like him.
You know, I guess I haven't watched that many King of the Hill. I know Boomhauer, all the other guys, Bill. Bill a regular or is that
Bill
yes,
was
Carey?
he was the heavy set balding guy. He wore a tank top like Carl and the jeans. The only difference is that Carl wore flip flops. He wore boots.
Okay. I might have to watch that again. Get
Did you like the Blutonians though?
what?
Did you like the characters, the Plutonian? They were like the multiple beast alien and then the green alien in
Andy
Alpha Team.
Merrill was one of the Andy Merrill from the Bragg Show. Voice of rap, if I'm not mistaken. He was Oglethorpe. Oglethorpe was the fat orange one.
Yes.
Them tall green spiky. Or both spiky. Yeah, and yeah. I could think this has some pretty cool villains. And we were talking about A. John Benjamin earlier. A. John Benjamin played Master Shake in the live episode that we had. I don't know if you remember that one. They called it the last one, Forever and Ever. A. John Benjamin played Shake. T.I. played me. And Dave Willis was still Be Quiet for the exercise ball. So he managed to keep himself in. He's the only person that's been in every single episode of I Can See How It Was. For obvious reasons. Carl and Be Quiet. I mean, you can't get around it. He writes the damn shit, so you can't get around not having him in an episode. Anyway, that was
Him and let's not forget.
A. John Benjamin was one of the Bible Group guys. He was
Yes.
also Mothman, the Moth
Mm.
Monster, early first season, like second or third episode.
Yes.
Like, asking call no one is
And of course, you had the late great C. Martin Croker too.
yeah. I'm talking about him earlier. But the thing about him is, I don't know if you ever been to Georgia, but if you ever do come to Georgia, go to the Stone Mountain Laser Light Show. There's a laser light show in Stone Mountain. He either single-handedly or co-designed it. What I understand, when he was like a teenager, he was like 15 to 18 years old. So that's some of his work. But I mean, he was just a phenomenal guy, man. He actually designed Fry Like a Bee Fly. He designed the 200 monster from episode 200 when they had the 200 monster. That was his design as well. Clay he was just walking the source, man, when it came to anything. If you they give you a little tidbit of information. If you look up on YouTube, there is a clip of myself, Bob Camp, co-creator Ren and Stimpy,
Oh, I remember.
and C. Martin Croker singing the theme song from Super Chicken, 1960s TV show. Super Chicken, yeah. And it was filmed by one of Frank Frazzetta's granddaughters at Dragon Con. So that's still floating around on YouTube somewhere. It's hilarious because she pulled out her iPhone. She had an iPhone back when nobody had one. She pulled out her iPhone.
Well, it was you singing Super Chicken, right?
Yeah, me, Bob Camp, and Clay Croker were singing theme songs to 1960s cartoon Super Chicken. I don't know if you remember that. When you buy something, when you buy something, when you think you might take a lick, call chicken. That's how it goes. Of course, by the second verse being Clay was mumbling
I did.
through all the lyrics.
I
That's
did.
by the way, Camp.
Oh,
People put the negativity on the Ren and Stimpy show because the other co-creator was something about pedophilia or something. But that's not Bob. Bob is the other guy, not the guy that was accused of pedophilia. I can't remember his name. I never met him. I do know Bob. Bob is a close friend of mine, so I know him.
he's very cool. I see clips of him. He's very cool. Like I grew up. I idolized. Like obviously you're one of the persons I idolized. You are Billy West, who voiced Ren and Stimpy. I love Billy West. John DiMaggio. I grew up loving. I mean, basically my childhood. Like Rob Paulson is another one. Uh,
I
who's
know
another?
Rob. I know Rob. I know John, and I met Billy. I don't know Billy like I know John, but I know John pretty good.
So
I've run into John a lot, a few times around, and we shoot stuff, talk, rap, joke around all the time. And
I
I don't know Billy personally. I did meet him when they came to Dragon Con one year, the cast to Futurama. Phil,
did you
and all,
meet Maurice LaMarche?
uh,
Did you meet Maurice LaMarche?
who was that?
Marissa Marsh did the voice of the brain. He was on Futurama. Like he did a lot of voices. Like
What a
he
name.
was.
Think I met him. No, no, I don't think so. I don't think he was there. Katie Seagal wasn't there either. So,
Uh,
but the
I
rest
was.
of those.
I also grew up idolizing. He's no longer with us, God rest his soul. But I grew up idolizing Phil Hartman.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You
Love
can't
Phil
talk,
Hartman.
you can't talk about the VO industry or TV's Playhouse, which I've been recently started watching on Netflix. I remember when TV's Playhouse was new, man. I was in college, man. I used to watch this show on Saturday morning. TV's Playhouse, and it wasn't for kids. If you watched it, it really was not that kid oriented. You know what I mean? Especially when the well endowed neighbor would come by. You know who
Even-
Cowboy Curtis was on that show, right?
What was that?
You know who Cowboy Curtis was on
Tell me.
Fishburne was Cowboy Curtis.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
hey, yeah.
And this
Um, it had to be like one of his first gigs, maybe the second after he did Apocalypse Now. He was 14. That was the second beginning. But if it wasn't for Phil Hartman, man, that show wouldn't have made it as far as it did.
and even like sorry.
I was just saying, I saw the documentary they did about his life.
Oh, you saw that, right?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that special about it. I've always been curious about his life. I never really knew much about him, other than the fact that he was on The Simpsons.
I loved him on The Simpsons. Like especially like he would do like these ludicrous things like during the like recordings. He would be like, "Hello, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such films," and it would be something ludicrous like, "You may know me from such educational videos as Let's
Right.
Paint Delicious but Deadly."
Hilarious, man. And he was on Saturday Night Live for a minute too.
Yeah,
And it's it's a trip how life works, how life works, how stuff works out. It's crazy. Uh, I don't know if you saw that special about his life, but if you get a chance, check it out. It's a trip. I ain't trying to bring you down or nothing, but it was a trip. I'm just
him.
glad I found a woman that I can trust and I love. And as far as I know, won't shoot me in the head.
You know who else I just love though, and he's been on the show numerous times. We worked with him. George Lowe.
Oh, Papa George. Oh, yeah.
I love George Lowe.
He's going himself. He used to carry around, you can tell I told you this too. When he used to go auditions back in the day, he used to carry around a can of potted meat with his headshot. He would hand out potted meat with his headshot and call himself Mr. Beefy. You just been auditioned by Mr. Beefy. I could do a little bit, George. The late great Clay Kroger, he could do it way better than I could. Old George, me and George did a con last year uh, called RobCon. We did RobCon together, did a panel together. It was epic, legendary, fantastic good stuff. In fact, it's on YouTube somewhere. George Lowe and Carey Means panel from RobCon. Google that, whatever it is today. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's been a hell of a ride, and I hope it's not over yet. So, there's things and rumors going around about Aqua Teen coming back. I've even heard this from one of the co-creators of the show. I won't say your name, Dave, but you can tell me that. But we'll see what happens. It's good that some of my cast is still working at those swings. Good for them. Real good for them. But hey, I'm not bitter. I'm not mad. I'm just plugging along. It's the next opportunity. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
So cool, like how like you, Dana, and Dave really that magic in Aqua Hunger Force. Like every episode, someone tells me like out of all the shows on Adult Swim, I always get like what was your favorite Adult Swim show, and it was always Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Venture Brothers is good. She's a take on the old Johnny Quest episodes. I don't know if you remember that, the old Johnny Quest show from the 60s.
I remember.
And Dana's on there, and they're doing oh, I don't know if you saw, have you ever seen Ball Masters? Dana and Dave are on that. Ball Masters.
Oh no, I didn't see that one.
That's the guy who did Super Jail. Same guy who did Jail, created a show called Ball Masters. Got Dave Willis on there as a writer and a voice, and he's got Dana Snyder on there as well. Dana's doing good. He's got what is
Paradise
that?
PD.
Paradise PD on
Oh,
Netflix, and he's doing some stuff with Disney and the DC universe. I think he did the voice of the Penguin in one of those animated movies. He's been bouncing around. He out there in LA living life, man. So I'm not mad at him. Do what you think. You gotta
I
take care of the little girl you got.
I recently watched an interview like you and Dana did, and like I think the guy asked you, "How would you say this as Fry Like a Master Shake?" And then he gave you the exact same thing, but as Jonah Bishop and Dana's character.
That was that Denver Comic Con panel that we did. Yeah, that was a guy named Bobby Lopez. He's a huge fan himself, and Billy Lopez. Bobby. Bobby Lopez is the guy who did like music for Frozen and Avenue Q, and he's like one of the youngest people to win all these awards and stuff like that. And Billy Lopez is his younger brother. So Billy, I'm gonna make a show, and I'm gonna have the Aqua Team on my show. And Danny, he didn't do it. He had me, Dave Willis, doing the same voice as Carl, Dana Snyder doing the same voice as Magic Shake, and me doing the same voice for Frylock. But we were all like human characters instead of food products. Yeah. You get a chance, you can look that up. Probably see a season or two from Nickelodeon. The show actually was doing well. It started like 2016. If you look it up on IMDb, Welcome to the Wayne, it's your character there on the banner
I'll look
behind.
it up.
But if you look up the show Welcome to the Wayne, check it out. A lot of people were referring it. They were comparing it to a show called Gravity Falls.
Oh, I love that show. But then again, I love Christian Shaw.
So I don't know if that's what it was that hurt the show or not, but apparently the show was nominated for an Emmy. Welcome to the Wayne was, and we had maybe 3 seasons gotten out of it. It even went overseas and started making money over there. Now that show I was getting residuals from. That was a sad. So I was getting nice residual check for the short-lived show. But it's really weird because my wife even say that if you look it up on IMDb, it'll say 2016 dash nothing. So our shows have their length of time that they were on. Yeah.
Well,
It doesn't have ending date. It's very
well,
strange.
aside from Oxy Hunger Force, was this one of the shows that you, Dave, and Dana did together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Said the Billy Lopez, the guy who created the show, he was determined to get all of us in the cast. In fact, I was lobbying to get Clay Croker in the cast too, because I knew Clay could do all these voices and stuff. Kind of on the fence about it. Then next thing you know, Clay passed. He's like, "Oh man, I should get Clay on the show." I was like, "Well,
I remember they ran a huge tribute on Clay when he passed away. Like when I was watching Adult Swim when he passed away, like they just ran a bunch of tributes for him, and I'm glad because he was such an icon in the like Cartoon Network. You know, he was in Space Coast to Coast. He was on the Brack Show. He did Oxygen Hunger Force as Doctor Weird and Steve.
yeah, yeah." Clay was a man, man.
Well,
He
how
did.
did he pass?
He had he had something wrong with his teeth. Type of
Oh,
if you don't take care of your teeth, you get sepsis, and
I
that
see.
stuff spread all to your brain, all through your body. You know what I'm saying? If you got rotten teeth in your mouth, or get taken care of, that can kill you. But I think it might have been a combination of that and something else. I don't know what else, but he did go to a sushi bar the night he died. So I don't know. He had a bad blowfish. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Blowfish can kill you if it's not prepared right. I don't know what he had at the sushi bar, but his female friend posted on social media that they did go to a sushi bar. When they came back, he started vomiting. Next thing you know, he's like, go get me some Pepto from the CVS or whatever. So you want me to call 911? And he's like, no, no, no. You should call 911. And no one to call. Like, somebody was fighting, vomiting. Like, I'm assuming he was. So it's still kind of a mystery. Really know what really took him out. But apparently the catalyst was the bad teeth. So he really didn't have some X amount of grand dollars to go to the dentist. That's sad but true. They kind of treated him like crap a little bit over there. I hate to say it, but I said it. You know what
It just sucks how
I'm saying?
they,
Stellar contender over there, but they didn't treat Clay too good over there. They realized that he had the talent, but they kind of lowballed him on a lot of his projects and stuff. I mean, he had to sell his Fantastic Four issue number one in Oregon. It's sad. A guy like that have to do that. His house was a menagerie. I never been there, but his house was a menagerie. Seeing all kind of collectibles, all kind of crazy stuff, all kind of artwork he's done, all that stuff. I
yeah,
hope,
kid.
I hope they made a museum out of all the stuff he had. He used to carry around these two big albums with all his sketches. He had all these sketches of Frylock prototype of what Frylock, the back of Frylock looked like. He had the orb from one design had the orb from heavy metal instead of the jewel in his back. The other one, the other one had Frylock's butt cheeks hanging out in the back. Another one that had like rocket jet tanks. I don't know how they eventually decided on the jewel. That's what they eventually went with. Like I said, he originally designed Frylock and Meatwad. I don't know about the other characters. I know he told me this himself. Yeah, I designed Frylock and Meatwad. Those are my original designs. So, that's cool. I'm glad I got to know him the little amount of time I got to spend with him before he left us because he was a wealth of information.
I'm
I
glad they
was
kept.
getting to know the man.
I'm
What
glad
is
they kept. I'm just saying, like, I'm glad they kept the current design of Frylock because I couldn't buy the current, like, I mean the old Frylock, like where like it was totally different from the Frylock that you played. I'm glad they went with the one you played because I like the serious-minded,
face,
father figure.
the arms and legs, and the curly fries for arms and legs, whatever it was. That what you talking about?
Yeah, like I couldn't buy that with the one in Baffler Meal. I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
remember.
named Baffler Meal.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody could about that.
No, like that's one that they chose the design you did because that's the Frylock we know and love.
Yeah, that's the design Clay did. That's Clay's work. But, yeah,
And also I love Frylock's room. He has the anatomy of like the fries. It's so cool.
yeah.
Like how they did the design.
That's that's one of my best sellers on the roster there when I sell my autographed picks.
I'm
My
actually gonna buy one like this week when I get my paycheck. Actually gonna buy a Frylock. I mean, I'm gonna get your autograph to add to my collection.
Okay, I just ran off some fresh copies that with the Picos. Got the thing done. So I'm restocked now. So ready to go. Ready to go. Yeah.
It's
I'm excited about working on this commission for this guy because he went real interested in what he wanted. He's like, I want Frylock to be pimped out on call to have Bam Banana on a leash. I want the Moon and Ice flipping people off. I want the Aquatine house in the background. I want this. I was like, okay, this much. He's like, okay. But he
you,
said, I was like, I got some work to do.
also, Carey, I'm gonna tell you something you're gonna absolutely love. But you remember the episode of Ezekiel?
Oh,
Let's just say that with my baby niece, like I do what Fawad did, like when he picked up Ezekiel, and I go, "Hello, little," like I go, "Hello, little girl," and like just to make her laugh. So I did the same thing Frylock did when he picked up Ezekiel.
That's cute. That is cute. Yeah, man. I don't know what to wait on. He can just go ahead and get us back in the saddle so I can eat. You know what I'm
I love. I thought Patton Oswalt was really good in that episode.
saying? Yeah, man. There's so many. Uh, you got super fans out there, right? When I do these times and stuff, they remember it. They remember every line, every episode. They remember every episode. What went down and break it down by synopsis. And I'm like, I don't even know what I ate for breakfast last night. Well, come on, dude.
Uh, uh,
Dedicated.
Another one, like I remember, I think Bill Hader was in the episode too. It was the balloon episode.
Oh, Balloon Star. Well, there was like two balloon episodes.
Yes,
There was one with Hitler.
that's the
Frylock
one.
brought Hitler back.
And I just remember Frylock like just nonchalantly pointed the balloon at Hitler, and then Meatwad goes, "Gefilte fish."
You know he was going to pop him anyway. He had to pop. You can't let Hitler
Oh, it's
go.
so funny.
He had to pop. Pop. You done?
There's that one. And then the one with Carl, like when I think they worked at the Powerpuff Mall, which was a nod at the Powerpuff Girls,
That's
and
the, that's the inside joke right there. A lot of people don't realize.
it was from the episode Meet Fuzzy Lumpkins.
Plus he loves it.
It was a reference to the Powerpuff Girls, and Meatwad not Meatwad, Frylock and Master Shake worked at this meat thing where like they literally turned meat into like liquid,
Right? Yeah.
and then Carl goes like he's watching Meatwad, and then Frylock goes, Carl, have you seen Meatwad? He goes, yeah, I saw him helping himself to the drug cabinet.
Yeah. It's one of those shows, man, that I don't know. It just it touched lives in a way that I never really would have thought that it touched lives. I've had people come up to me tell me that I've gotten them through some of the toughest times they ever experienced in their lives just from laughing at opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, cancer patients, folks who ain't with us no more. I go to a con and next year I come back and be like, yeah, he's gone now. We really love that autograph you gave him. Stuff like that, man, just touches. And then I'll get 10-year-olds and 9-year-olds come up to me, fans, like, now. And I'm like, how old are you, boy? It's like, I'm 10. Where's your mama? She's over here. Get over here. She got the money. Bring her over this way. But yeah, man. I had this kid at New York Comic Con come up to my table, and he was dressed as Rick Sanchez, Morty, who, by the way, gets started on our show. The guy who does Rick and Morty, Justin, whatever, he does Rick and Morty's voice. But anyway, he was the sausage, the beef jerky mascot on the very first episode of the very last season of Opportunity, Opportunity Forever. Yeah. So this kid, 10-year-old kid, comes up to my table and when I'm at New York Comic Con, he's like, calling coffee. He's like, Bob, it's Friday. Oh my God, look who it is. I'm like, how old are you, boy? He's like, I'm 10. Tripped out, man. When 9 to 10-year-old come up to you, you're either doing something wrong or right, I guess. And if your parents was cool enough to let you watch Aqua Teen at 11 years old, I guess they're cool enough.
Oh yeah.
I've met parents who won't let their kids watch SpongeBob because it's too adult.
I
Which,
grew up watching this a lot though. Like I watched Deathmatch, I watched King of the Hill, Simpsons, Beavis and Butthead.
okay, your parents were pretty radical and sexy.
Absolutely, like I loved all the shows. Like
know
even
that.
growing
Have you? Okay, let me ask you this: have you heard about the new Looney Tunes cartoons they're gonna have on HBO Max. They're
Yes,
not
and
gonna
I
ever
heard
put have his gun.
no
You know,
gun.
they're gonna have his gun. I so I don't know what they're gonna use. Sharp objects, foul language, but
I
it's
don't know
not
how
gonna.
they could.
I mean, come on, man. I still watch those. I got them on. I got the collection, box collection. I need to go back to Barnes and Noble to get the rest of them. But
Elmer Fudd with no gun is like having Family Matters without Urkel.
or having Family Guy without Peter Griffin. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
It's
agree.
crazy.
It's ridiculous. Like it's like having, like something. It's trying to have like a teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles without Michelangelo loving pizza.
Hell, I'm surprised they haven't took their weapons away either. You know what I'm saying? You think about it, they carry samurai swords, nunchucks, scythes. Those are deadly weapons, man. You can really hurt somebody with those weapons. Seriously.
Did you hear, Carey, that they actually stopped? I mean, like at one point they stopped having Michelangelo carry the nunchucks because they were considered dangerous. So they had his weapon replaced with a grappling hook.
Oh.
I'm like, how's that any better?
How Paulson, did he tell you that?
I'm like, how is that any better?
A grappling gun. I don't know, man.
Uh,
But the thing is, look at all these crazy video games that still are churned out. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but EA Sports has the slogan, and it always said, "It's in the game. It's in the game. It is in." Okay, you got to read between the lines. It's in the game, and it's been in the game since there's been games. I can tell you some things, but you ain't got the time to hear my story. I got to go. Matter of fact, we got to wrap this up, right?
no problem. Also, before we wrap things up, are you able to do like if I paid the cameo, would you able to do like a special like in Frylock character thing for my best friend?
Yeah, yeah. You go to Cameo and book me. I'll do you Cameo.
Cool,
Absolutely.
because he's a huge like me, we're a huge fan of Aqua Young Force. He's a huge fan of Frylock, and he's a very intelligent guy. Like he is very he's an engineer, and he loves Frylock.
Great. Cool. 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 Make sure to include that description in your Cameo.
Absolutely. And again, I appreciate the interview so much, Carrie. It meant so much to me, especially I grew up watching it.
My pleasure, brother. My pleasure. I appreciate you.
Thank you
Glad you
so much.
had your Skype on deck. Took you a minute to get it working. I understand how technical difficulties can occur when you're recording certain things, but appreciate you, brother.
Thank you so much, sir.
And we'll talk in the future.
Talk in the
Safe
future, sir.
in
Take care.
Brooklyn.